Good morning and a happy Thursday. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we will talk about: Moderna's vaccine hopes, a roundup on the earnings, and a packed economic data day and what to expect. Signs of progress towards a coronavirus vaccine by Moderna propelled most corners of the stock market higher. Goldman Sachs Group added to the advance after reporting one of its best quarters by revenue ever. Apple won a key court case in Europe, and economic figures on industrial production surprised on the upside. So those were the catalysts that actually pushed the markets higher. Wall Street closed in the green. Dow booked a 4-day winning streak. Goldman Sachs earnings blew past expectations. Moderna's coronavirus vaccine news buoyed sentiment. On Tuesday, after the closing bell, the New England Journal of Medicine published data showing Moderna's vaccine candidate produced a robust immune response or neutralizing antibodies in all 45 patients in its early stage human trial. Now moving on to phase 3 to kickstart off on the 27th of July with 30,000 patients across the US. Shares of Moderna rallied. The Dow added 0.9%, S&P was up again 0.9%, and the Nasdaq was up 0.6%. Stocks that are directly linked to the economic reopening jumped following the vaccine news. American Airlines, United Airlines, and Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines all popped more than 14%. The dollar dropped against every G10 peer except the Swiss franc. Treasuries were essentially flat at 0.63 on the 10-year. Oil advanced and gold inched up higher. Asian equity futures are pointing to a mixed open. OPEC Plus is going forward with a plan to gradually taper its historic output curbs. The group will be withholding about 7.7 million barrels a day from the market in August, compared to the cuts of about 9.6 million currently. Apple won't have to pay Ireland about 13 billion euros in back tax after all. On the equity side, earnings season continued and Goldman Sachs reported quarterly numbers that easily beat expectations. Company's results were driven by a 93% surge in trading. The Goldman shares gained about 1.4%. In other earnings, United Health's second quarter adjusted EPS was about 7.12, well above the 5.25 estimate. US Bangkok reported a 1.7 billion provision for credit losses after the profit beat. Infosys net income topped consensus. We'll be looking forward to TSMC, Netflix, Bank of America, and Morgan Stanley coming in later today in terms of earnings. Reliance Industries' plan to sell a stake in its oil to chemicals business to Saudi Aramco has been delayed, said Chairman Mukesh Ambani, sending the shares down of Reliance. News of the Aramco deal delay came on the same day Ambani announced a 4.5 billion transaction with Google. The US tech giant agreed to buy a 7.7% stake in Reliance's digital services arm Jio. Google will now help Jio create an entry-level, affordable mobile device. The surge in mega bankruptcies is just getting started. That's the prediction of NYU professor Edward Altman, who created the Z-score formula for predicting insolvencies. More than 30 US companies with liabilities in excess of 1 billion have already filed for Chapter 11 this year. He expects that number will probably top 60 by the year end as companies pile on debt. On the FX side, a packed day today. We start with Australian employment and then the Chinese Q2 GDP, which will be followed by UK labour data, ECB's monetary policy announcement, and US retail sales. China may be on a rebound, but at a below average clip is what the market is expecting. The economy probably grew an annualized 2.4% in the second quarter as per consensus, after catering about 6.8% in the previous period. On the central bank side, the ECB is also expected to keep monetary policy unchanged on Thursday. We saw that yesterday as well with BOJ and Bank of Canada. When they last met in June, ECB increased their pandemic emergency purchase program by about 600 billion and extended the duration of their purchases to at least June 2021. This larger than expected move was aimed at sheltering the economy from a deeper contraction. A lot of improvements stem from the success of the European nations in controlling COVID-19 and the reopenings that followed. ECB will be pleased with these results, but concerned about what's happening abroad. So these are the things that we will be looking for and tracking for the day. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Speak soon.